So I'm doing a quick video here of how to make your own breather box. So we have kind of a finite amount of space in the E36 Beast MW to make a breather box. So I'm going to weld this this guy up, but basically we have a top plate. We're going to have our two -10s going into the breather from the valve covers, and then we're going to have our 3 filters on the back, and those will vent to atmosphere. So how this is going to work is basically the air travels, this is the other piece. The air travels down, because this is upside down, has to go through the corrugated aluminum, then back up through this one, and then back up down through this one, and then finally goes back up to vent. And then we'll have a -6 bung on the bottom for a drain, and that will go to a -6 ball valve, and you'll see that when it's all done. And that's pretty much all you need inside of your breather box. You just want a pathway for the air to take the longest route through the box for it to condense back into just air, and it will eliminate the oil from the system. So this should work really good for what we're doing. Pretty cool. Okay, so this is pretty much this is pretty much what it's gonna look like. So we have our -6 drain, -6 drain. That's gonna be towards the engine bay, so I can run the ball valve down to the bottom of the car, so we can just jack up the front passenger side and crack the ball valve to drain this tank every once in a while. Makes it a lot easier. Make sure that's not hot. And then this will sit on here like that. So we'll have our -6 drain on a ball valve, our 2 -10s coming in, air going down through the screen, up through the screen, down through the screen, venting out to atmosphere. And then these corners of all of these have been nipped so the oil can drain back to the front for draining. So no matter what, this, because this is obviously solid aluminum, so you're not going to be able to drain past it. So we just cut the corners, and then it should be able to just drain back towards the front, so we can get rid of it. But that's pretty much it for a breather box. It should work really, really good, and I'll get this thing all finished up. Okay, so this is pretty much the finished product. We have our 2 -10s going in. Air goes down through. There's a center one, goes up and through, and then another one that goes down, and air, actually it'll go down in the center and then come out here and vent to the 3 filters that'll go up here. And then we have our -6 bung on the bottom that will be ran to a drain. I'm not running this back into the engine. It will just be ran to a drain, so we can just drain it out when need be. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick video before I close this guy up. The aluminum was pretty dirty, so we have some explosions. I haven't welded aluminum in about 10 years, so it looks pretty good. I'll get this guy all finished up. Okay guys, and this is the finished product. So I still have to add the drain at the bottom. That -6 bung is right here in the center, so we're just gonna connect there with the -6, and then I'll just run it out down here. You can see there's that little opening there. I'll run it down and just screw the or strap the ball valve to the chassis right there, which this is just a -6 AN ball valve. And we can use this just to drain that crankcase breather tank as we see fit. But you can see it fits really good. We got the 3 K&N filters on here. We have the baffles that are in here, 3 baffles. And then these are the -10 lines coming from the billet valve covers. So those will vent to the crankcase breather, and those will vent to atmosphere after the oil hopefully gets separated out of the air. And then as need be, we can dump that out. Everything should work really good. The only issue you might run into is that line getting kind of hot, but generally with the exhaust wrap on there, it shouldn't be too bad. Just for driving around, there's enough air gap to where there is going to be an air transfer in between. And if we have any issues with it getting hot, we can, you know, add a heat shield to that, some of that heat wrapping. But there's no disadvantage to that getting hot anyway. It's not like that air is going back into the engine or anything. It's just a vent. So, but that should work. So we'll get this all bolted up, and I'll probably just cap off that dash 6 on the bottom and wait for some fittings to come in. And pretty cool. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos today, and you guys can build your own little crankcase breathers. You can make that same breather on obviously a smaller scale, larger scale, whatever you need. It doesn't need to be that big. I actually just chose those dimensions because it filled in this area nicely. I just kind of wanted to fill in this space that I had. So pretty cool.